All right, welcome everyone to another episode. Pretty much after I talk, I'm just going to be jumping straight into my next conversation with this gentleman who happens to be a full-time musician. So I had actually called him on his way back from the studio. And on top of that, he's a full-time dad. He just had a little girl. So our conversation was geared around that. And, ask him about his career, and knowing that, this gentleman who's from Philadelphia, if you like R&B, real R&B, and you love soul music, I'll make sure all his information is attached to this episode. He's an amazing person, has an amazing voice, and it was a pleasure having a conversation with him and also knowing this person in life. With that said, I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the episode. Until next time.
I'd like to thank everyone who really took the time to listen to the first episode. As I move forward, I actually was able to get in touch with a lot of good people who are going to be able to help me edit some of these episodes, so I'll be able to get them out faster. With that said, if you ever felt like you wanted to have a voice, I feel like the Anchor app does a great job of allowing you to start your podcast, and it's very easy to use. So what you could do is, if you have an iPhone, you can go over to the Apple Store, or if you have an Android phone, you can go to the Play Store and download the Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM from your computer to get started.
You.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, bro?
Not much, man. On my way home from a session.
I feel you. Yo, so I'm a hop right in because I know you had a busy day and I go home and unwind.
Yeah, word, bro. Not really. I gotta go home to this little girl.
Listen.
Yeah.
You good, bro? So I'm gonna cut this part out, but what I was thinking we could talk about just of course your career, and then I was thinking we could talk about how raising a little girl. I mean, bring the baby, at this time, and in our lives and stuff like that. Just what you're doing to try to cope through that and still, enjoy and learn how to be a new dad.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm gonna do my little intro and then we're gonna hop right in.
All right, bet.
All right. Thank you everyone for joining me for another episode of Melanin Dads. I have a very special guest with me, Mr. Vince Anthony. How you doing today, sir?
What's going on? I'm doing all right.
Good.
How you, man? You good?
Hanging in there, enjoying a new gig. And just trying to be more mentally free, I guess.
Word to that. Always.
Yeah. So what brought me here is I just wanted to, I know you're a busy man, and I just wanted to, bring you on, finally catch up with you and just talk about some things I thought, wanted to talk to you about today.
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. I've been waiting to have this conversation for a minute.
Oh, I appreciate that, man.
Looking forward to get into it, man, for sure.
Yeah. So, just a little backstory. I met Vince through my wife. And then right off the bat, I just feel like I fell in love with you.
Yeah, we just kind of clicked. It was at her birthday party, I think, at her salon, and we was all kicking it. And I just peeped that she was paying you special attention. I'm like, oh, who the ball? And then she brought me up to speed about y'all's story. And I was like, okay, bet. I remember just like seeing y'all real happy together that night. And yeah, we've been cool ever since, man. Like we just clicked.
Yo, you know March would be 5 years, yo.
5 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Y'all doing it. Y'all really out here.
listen, man. There's been a lot of times where we've been like, oh, throw the flag.
Yeah, man. Of course.
That's
It's all about working through it. And,
that's how you know somebody wants to work it out with you. You know when,
right.
yeah.
Right.
So you gotta make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So first thing I kind of wanted to touch on is you being such an amazing artist.
Wow. Thank you for saying that. That's cool
And
to
I've
hear.
been trying to binge some of I already listened to your music, but I've been trying to binge prior to this conversation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the your touch on soul is just it's the right amount, you know.
Hmm. Hmm. I hear you. I hear
And
you.
it's crazy because the type of music you make is like I listen to a lot of like Lupe and like Charles Gambino and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and that's the vibe
Okay.
I get from it, you know. Like just like
Okay. Word.
the way you have like the way you do the piano, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and just a little like that catches me. That's I guess I'm that audience, you know.
Right. Word. That's good to know, man. I'm glad you really bang with my music like that. That's cool, man. Like, I've been
How
doing
old?
this since I was like second grade is when I discovered that I could even make music
Mm-hmm.
with my voice. There were auditions at my elementary school for a boys chorus, and I went to the audition, and the guy, his name is Dr. John Austin. He's my mentor for years, and he just was like playing at the piano, asking me to match the note that he was playing, and I was getting it down pretty easily. And then I found myself every like Wednesday after school or something like that, and every Saturday morning going to choir practice. And that was the beginning of my musical journey. I got 12 years of classical training through this program at Swarthmore College. I started to make my own music and produce around 12 or 13 years old using Cool Edit Pro 2.0
Hey,
and Fruity Loops. That's what I started with. And
wow.
yeah, like go ahead. You got a question? Go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. How many albums do you have?
So I have, let's see, White Gold Overall Diamond is one. And then I count Black Child a Song Cycle as an album, even though it's like a song cycle. It's like an EP
Uh-huh.
size thing, but it's a project, full project. And then I have 4 Summer Jams mixtapes
Yeah,
that are like 8 tracks a piece. I count those as
one
albums.
summer jam, the one that was like, um, they killing me, they killing us,
Yeah, Stop Killing Us. That's Summer
killing
Jams
us.
3.
Yo, that
Yeah.
beat, man, that beat
Hey.
that's what got me. That's what got me in the mood tonight. I was like, yo, this gotta happen tonight.
Yeah.
So
That joint, like, I made that one when I was living in Chicago, actually.
wow, so you've been around.
Yeah, I've traveled a lot. Lived in a couple places. And I just tend to, like, be a traveler. And, like, in my family, I'm, like, the escape artist. Like, when it gets real rough, like, I have always found a way to, like, try to preserve myself. And the way I've done that is by traveling or, like, trying to find work. And it kind of worked out that way because I would just find work in these random places when I couldn't find work home, and then end up living some random place. Like I lived in State College, Pennsylvania, for a couple years, and I lived in Chicago for a couple years, and it was all work related. Like the job market was trash.
It's always trash
So
for us.
yeah, that's kind of like the story behind me traveling a lot. But like everywhere I've gone, I've like really adapted to the cultures there, learned a lot, and carried a lot back with me that kind of comes out of my artistry. And like Summer Jams 3, there's all sorts of Chicago sound influence in that. because that's who I was around. I was around these Chicago cats, and they live life way different than Philly cats, but like also similar. Like there's a lot of similarities, but a lot of poignant differences. Like there's just a relaxed mood about them that we don't have in Philly, right? Like we not relaxed. We are like
On edge.
don't look my way, don't speak or I'm gonna be suspicious. Like that thing. But
But
them,
that
they're like more like because it's the Midwest still. You know what I'm saying? People are way
right.
friendlier
And
in the
that's
Midwest.
crazy that
Sorry, I
that's
got
how
like
we are, especially to each other,
getting
you
out
know.
my car. Sorry. Um, but the thing that we have in common with Chicago people is like they gully, bro. Like you don't want to cross somebody from Chicago. Like they not with it.
Yo, I was listening to because you know Lupe had his little EP came out,
Yeah.
and it was one of the songs on there Joe Button didn't like, and he was like they were clowning him on his podcast. So Lupe
Hmm.
gets on there like they like called him, and Lupe gets on there and he's like he's trying to explain it to them and they're still not getting it. And then Joe Budden was like, yeah, you know, why you not saying something to him? And he's like, and then Lupe's like, yeah, he know why. And he's like, I might rap and I'm that guy, but I'm from Chicago still, you know. And I'm that type of guy, so don't ever cross me again. Like,
Right. Yeah, they don't play. But like I took to Chicago very well. I consider it a second home for sure. Yeah, like it's a second home for me.
that's crazy that that's just how we are towards each other, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I've
mean,
been,
but there's a lot of reasons, being black in
hmm
America, bro. It's
yeah,
a whole ordeal, as we all know. I don't want to, repeat the same old thing we hear for years and years about this stuff, but it rings true. People say it for years and years because it ain't changed in years and years.
yep, not at all, man. And what brings me, to the second thing that I wanted to talk to you about was first I wanted to say congratulations, on your little girl, Vince. Hello, hello. I don't know what happened.
I don't know either, bro, but I'm
It's
back.
cool. It's cool, bro. I already got that.
Okay.
And then, now I was just saying, like, when it cut off, I was just saying congratulations on your little girl.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. She's 1 month now, and like we are just so excited to have her. She's growing so fast. It's a really amazing experience for me, man. Like it's just been this whole past year.
And this is your
So
first time being a dad, right?
yeah, it's my first child, man. This just changed my life like completely. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
you're. I mean, you've already been a my opinion, a very authentic person, to begin with. So, this is just going to add on to that mold,
Yeah. Well, thank you for saying that, man. That's really nice of you to say. Yeah, I try to just, live by the truth in my life, and without being too revealing. That wasn't always the way that I lived my life. You know what I'm saying? And I just made a decision at a critical point to just be always just be real and not like BS myself, because it ain't helpful.
And it's not healthy.
Nope, not at all.
No. Um.
Definitely can be like a tax on your mental, for sure. Especially with me, because like I was diagnosed with depression like 2010, and I had known that I was dealing with it since like high school,
Yeah.
and I've been searching for ways to like really cope with that thing this entire time, and I'm now getting to a point at 33 where I'm like, in regular therapy, and I had more tools to like work through my depressive episodes or just like how to carry it in general. And it's had a lot to do with like being around the right people. And I think that's what the main thing that was missing for me in my journey. I wasn't always around the right people, or people who knew what to do, or people who cared to do anything to put me in a position to succeed with, you know, the mental health issues that I have. But I got around right people, and it kind of helped me level up myself to get the fortitude to like go and actually get the help, because you know how it is, like this sort of macho thing that kind of is ingrained in us, like kind of pushes us not to ask for help when we need it. But like I'm glad that I figured it out at some point in my 20s, because it was my late 20s too. I was like, man, just ask for what I need when I need it, man. And
What
yeah.
what made you what do you think made you you know not seek help in high school, or did your parents know at all?
Yeah, like my parents knew, and in high school I did kind of seek help. It just was like I wasn't getting the right help. Like I had a lot of really bad experiences at hospitals, and I had a medication I was on in high school that didn't seem to really work well for what I was experiencing. So like I had a lot of and a series of other like really bad experiences around trying to get a handle on my mental health, and it just made it hard for me to approach it as time went on. But I finally got to a point where it's like it's more necessary for me to get the help and get regulated than it is to try to protect myself from being hurt again. Because life gonna hurt you anyway. Like you're gonna have some experience.
Yeah, you might as well try to get a pie, a piece of it, and make it something that you're gonna be, happy with.
Exactly, man. Like you gotta like do the best you can with what you got every day, and get what you can. You know what I mean? Not on no hoarding type time, but like the thing that you need, like you've got to strive. My old head said, hope comes with a fight. Meaning, like, if you have a desire for something, you have to be willing to, put some work behind that desire. Not necessarily work, but like, well, yeah, work. Yeah. Sweat, equity, like, really, like, effort, real effort towards making that thing happen, whether that's how you set your atmosphere or whether that's, how you position yourself at work or something. I don't know. Like, but like, the thing that you need to do when you
Right.
do it, when you just align and do it. That helps you move up a little bit, I think.
I really didn't take mental health serious until I got way older,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom died, and it affected so many parts of my life that I didn't know that could be affected by that.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I can't imagine what that's like.
Yeah, so it put a huge strain on my marriage, because it was my first year being married when my mom
Mm-hmm.
died.
That's
So
tough, man. Oh my gosh.
and it I had to go and speak to somebody, because you work these jobs and they tell you, hey, we'll see you in 3 days, we'll see you in 4 days, and I guess you're supposed to be better at that in that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of just, like you said, put my macho face on and kept
Right.
rolling. I didn't really actively seek the help that I needed until probably 2 years after that. Um, so for what you're saying, like at any point you have to realize that um, it's bigger than us. Hello, hello, hello.
You hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, my phone tripping, bro, and this jump about to die.
No, you cool, yo. Um, so with with your daughter and everything being here now,
Hello.
can Can you hear me? Yo, bro, it's gonna act up. We'll just try to check this out tomorrow. Hello?